The strength of a family, like the strength of an army, lies in its loyalty to each other. Revenge is a dish that tastes best when served cold. Never show anger at slight, tell nothing, earn respect from everyone by deeds, not words. A friend should always underestimate your virtues and an enemy overestimate your faults. He'd always been a man who followed his head and not his heart. A man who doesn't spend time with his family can never be a real man. Falling in love is great, but being in love is a disaster. The lawyer with the briefcase can steal more money than the man with the gun. Michael could never remember his father ever having uttered a word about death, as if the Don respected death too much to philosophize about it. I don't trust society to protect us. I have no intention of placing my fate in the hands of men whose only qualification is that they managed to con a block of people to vote for them. You can't hide the thunderbolt. When it hits you, everybody can see it. You cannot say no to the people you love. In Sicily, women are more dangerous than shotguns. Italians have a little joke, that the world is so hard a man must have two fathers to look after him, and that's why they have godfathers. We are a family, and the loyalty of the family must come before anything and everyone else. Never let anyone know what you are thinking. It was not perhaps the warmest friendship in the world. They would not send each other Christmas gift greetings, but they would not murder each other. Accidents don't happen to people who take accidents as a personal insult. It's dangerous to be an honest man. Behind every successful fortune there is a crime. It was a lie, but he believed in telling lies to people. Keep your friends close but your enemies closer. Life is like a box of hand grenades, you never know what will blow you to kingdom come. Never get angry, never make a threat, reason with people. Fredo, you're my older brother and I love you, but don't ever take sides against the family. What is past is past. Never go back, not for excuses, not for justification, not for happiness. You are what you are, the world is what it is. Women and children can afford to be careless, men cannot. Love is like the little red toy wagon you get for your Christmas or your 6th birthday. But let me say this. I am a superstitious man, a ridiculous failing, but I must confess it here. Many young men started down a false path to their true destiny. Time and fortune usually set them aright. Let us be separated by wars and pestilence, death, madness, but not by the passing of time. Time erodes gratitude more quickly than it does beauty. Life is a dream for the wise, a game for the fool, a comedy for the rich, a tragedy for the poor. You must do the things you think you cannot do. A fool thinks himself to be wise, but a wise man knows himself to be a fool. The truth is more important than the facts. A wise man can learn more from a foolish question than a fool can learn from a wise answer. If you judge people, you have no time to love them. A smart man makes a mistake, learns from it, and never makes that mistake again. But a wise man finds a smart man and learns from him how to avoid the mistake altogether. Love yourself first, and everything else falls into place. Religion is regarded by the common people as true, by the wise as false, and by the rulers as useful. Dreams can change. If we'd all stuck with our first dream, the world would be overrun with cowboys and princesses. A beautiful woman delights the eye. A wise woman, the understanding. A pure one, the soul. Failure is another stepping stone to greatness. Rules are for the obedience of fools and the guidance of wise men. If you can't feed 100 people, then feed just one. The stupid neither forgive nor forget. The naive forgive and forget. The wise forgive but do not forget. Success isn't about how much money you make. It's about the difference you make in people's lives. A wise man gets more use from his enemies than a fool from his friends. Don't let the fear of striking out hold you back. To speak and to speak well are two things. A fool may talk, but a wise man speaks. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. Don't ever confuse the two, your life and your work. The second is only part of the first. He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. He who knows best knows how little he knows. Many receive advice, only the wise profit from it. If you want the rainbow, you gotta put up with the rain. The aim of the wise is not to secure pleasure, but to avoid pain. We need not think alike to love alike. The day the child realizes that all adults are imperfect, he becomes an adolescent. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. A single conversation across the table with a wise man is better than 10 years mere study of books. People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Divide and rule, the politician cries. Unite and lead, is watchword of the wise. Forgive, forget, life is full of misfortunes. A man who is not a father to his children can never be a real man. Power wears out those who do not have it. We are all honorable men here, we do not have to give each other assurances as if we were lawyers. Oh, what a wicked world it is that drives a man to sin. There are things that have to be done and you do them and you never talk about them. Any man can turn traitor. She was the only person in the world who could make him act against his own nature. Mothers are like cops. They always believe the worst. Life is a comical business, and there is nothing funnier than love traveling through time. We don't know if capital punishment is a deterrent, but we know that men we execute will not murder again. Tell my father I wish to be his son. Everything you do in life, use percentage as your God. And in that fraction of a second before anything actually happened, Santino Corleone knew he was a dead man. A man's first duty is to keep himself alive. Then comes what everyone calls honor. Some honorable men spend their whole life preparing for a supreme act of treachery. Nothing was more calming, more conducive to pure reason, than the atmosphere of money. Your enemies always get strong on what you leave behind. I believe in friendship, and I'm willing to show my friendship first. Actions defined a man. Words were a fart in the wind. Everyone is responsible for everything he does. Never hate your enemies. It affects your judgment. The fact of the matter is that I wanted to hold a grudge in some funny kind of way, against everybody. A man in my position can't afford to be made to look ridiculous. You let women dictate your actions, and they are not competent in this world, though certainly they will be saints in heaven while we men burn in hell. Among reasonable men, problems of business could always be solved. Every moment wasted looking back keeps us from moving forward. Love is the wisdom of the fool and the folly of the wise. Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. Before God, we are all equally wise and equally foolish. The art of being wise is the art of knowing what to overlook. You can't please everyone, and you can't make everyone like you. Nothing in life is to be feared, it is only to be understood. Now is the time to understand more, so that we may fear less. Do one thing every day that scares you. Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment. A prudent question is one half of wisdom. The truth is, you don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. Life is a crazy ride, and nothing is guaranteed. Remember, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. The true secret of happiness lies in taking a genuine interest in all the details of daily life. Creativity is the sudden cessation of stupidity. Every man dies. Not every man really lives. Be the change that you wish to see in the world. We must be willing to let go of the life we have planned, so as to have the life that is waiting for us. Once you bring life into the world, you must protect it. We must protect it by changing the world. When one's mind is made up, this diminishes fear. He who has a why to live can bear almost any how. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Our prime purpose in this life is to help others. And if you can't help them, at least don't hurt them. We pass through this world but once. Dreaming, after all, is a form of planning. Find ecstasy in life. The mere sense of living is joy enough. Once you choose hope, anything's possible. As a well-spent day brings happy sleep, so life well spent brings happy death.